Hello everybody and welcome back to NCAA 2005, and we are here towards the midway point of our season with some more conference play here in the Sun Belt against the Middle Tennessee State Blue Raiders, which is apparently depicted by a horse. We went over this the last time that we played Middle Tennessee State, all the way back in year number 2, I believe. Either way, that's irrelevant because we have never beaten the Blue Raiders up to this point. So in the 4 matchups we've had against them, not only have we never beaten them, but we've never scored more than 24 points on the Blue Raiders. So this is definitely a game or a conference matchup here that is long in the making, a win that needs to happen for Coach Lynch. He needs to earn this game here today. And Middle Tennessee State has been one of the more formidable teams in the Sun Belt since we've been doing this. They've never had a season worse than 6-5 since we've started this whole sim, and they even won the Sun Belt back in year number 3 with an 8-4 record. So Middle Tennessee State has been one of the more better, I guess, programs in the conference here, but still, what does that mean in the standard of the Sun Belt, right? Compared to North Texas, who's been a little bit better than they have on average, but still, Middle Tennessee State deserves their flowers. So we're going to get started with them on offense, and it is their quarterback, Dominic Swan, here, who's going to float one out downfield, and he is going to find Scott Hall, the sophomore, I believe, number 88 there, who hauls that one in for a first down. It's a huge pickup for the Blue Raiders. Empty stadium here, so I guess the fans have completely given up on the Blue Raiders because they've had a pretty bad start to their year at 3-3 following a 6-5 campaign last year. So I guess maybe the vibes are not so good here in Middle Tennessee State. But Swan off to a good start here with this offense as he finds and hits Justin Lester, the team's top receiver, right across the middle for another beautiful pickup for the Blue Raider offense. And now they're looking to score here. They're within striking distance. And we're going to get another look here. And yeah, the defense just was not strong there, I guess. Just kind of loose zone playing there, and Lester was able to find the open space in between. So cut to a 2nd and 4 now, and Swan's going to hand this one off to the fullback. Nice little fullback dive to Kendall Grant, the junior, who gets up the middle here for a first down. Not a whole lot more, but he does pick up the first down at the very least to keep the Blue Raiders' drives alive. So 2nd and goal now for the Raiders. It's going to be another fullback dive to Grant, and this time he's going to get brought down in the end zone for the Blue Raiders' first touchdown of the game. And already we find ourselves down to Middle Tennessee State once again here, but it's still very early on here, and I'm not super worried about this away crowd here. There's not a ton of fans here that have me shaking in my boots. So cut to a 1st and 10 here. Norwood's going to hand this one off to Keith Bridges, our amazing running back, who's already making some beautiful moves here, juking and spinning around, getting into open space and creating quite a bit of chaos on the ground. So I honestly did not think that Bridges would be such a breakthrough for this offense this season, but he has just been everything advertised and even more, really making the most of his sophomore year. So cut to a 2nd and 1 now, just past midfield. Norwood's going to fake the pitch, and he's going to run it for himself, pick up the first down a little bit more, and he's going to get absolutely speared on the tackle there. And he is hurt. Matt Norwood is hurt. He has injured his chest on that play, so we're going to have to look to Ross Chester, the freshman, who's going to have to step up now at quarterback for the Vandals. So cut to a 3rd and 10 now. Offense already a little bit slow. Chester's going to roll out to his right here, flips this one out quickly, and he's going to find Conrad McNeil, who hauls that one in along the sideline. It's going to be 4th down. So Matt Norwood has torn a pectoral. He's going to be out for 4 weeks. So now we don't have a starting quarterback now. I mean, Ross Chester is going to be the guy here. And Chester, he was a quarterback I was pretty happy about when we recruited him. I believe he was the 4-star that we even recruited that I assume would start over Matt Norwood, but Norwood was just a better quarterback in terms of ratings over Chester, so we ended up rolling with Matt Norwood. But Ross Chester is still a formidable option at quarterback. I don't think we're super far behind. I don't have the overalls off the top of my head, but I don't think it's a super huge fall-off between either quarterback. So we should be okay here. I just didn't plan on using Ross Chester until at least his junior or senior year even. So, but he was able to cap off this drive here with a touchdown, or rather, one of our ground guys was able to finish things off and get into the end zone. So we do finally manage to get into the end zone here as Dylan Barker somehow gets across the goal line for our first touchdown. So we are able to stop the Blue Raiders, and now it's Chester back again on offense, trying to get something going here, and it's a huge deep bomb down the sideline. It's going to get caught for another humongous pickup from the Vandals. So maybe Ross Chester's a little bit better of a pure passer. So Norwood had better ratings as a player, as a quarterback, but I don't think, as far as throwing goes, he's probably better than Chester is. I think it's really just more of the athletic traits that he has that makes him a better overall player here. But so we might get to see a little bit more pure pocket passing from Ross Chester at quarterback, and we're already seeing the offense move a little bit more effectively through the air as we're already within striking distance of earning some more points again. But cut to a 3rd and 5. Middle Tennessee really strong in those first and second down plays, but Chester able to flip this one into the end zone. I believe it's Nicholas Bullard, our transfer, who's just been so effective for this offense as well, much like Keith Bridges, and he has himself a touchdown in this game here, and we are now moving pretty well here effectively. I think the offense is finally clicking now behind Chester, now that we are well aware that we're not getting Matt Norwood back, so we're going to have to make this work. So cut to another 3rd and short situation just past midfield, and Chester across the middle finds another open receiver for a first down, and this drive will continue once again as Nicholas Bullard continues to keep himself very much involved in our offensive plan. So cut to a 1st and 10 now here for Chester and the boys. He's going to hand this one off to Keith Bridges. Plenty of open space up the middle of the field, breaking even more tackles and getting inside the 20 before he's finally brought down. And he's just a guaranteed break tackle machine here. At least 1 to 2 tackles a run, he's going to break them. So that is such an effective thing to have, especially in this conference where no one's really that effective of a tackler on the defensive side of the ball. And Keith Bridges is just absolutely feasting on those guys. So, pause. And Ross Chester is able to get, he's just feasting on these DBs, man, because they just don't seem to have an answer for our receiving core right now. And I couldn't tell if that was Patrick Wilson or Nicholas Bullard. I believe it was Nicholas Bullard who has himself another touchdown. So 21-7 is now the score here late in the first half. And now we're going to stick with the ground game again. It's going to be Keith Bridges getting to the outside edge. And he's going to get brought down by that first defender, but not before he gets the first down and across the 20. So, and we're going to call a timeout to conserve some time as we're close to a minute, but there is still plenty of time left to work. So Chester's going to hand this one off now, I believe, to the backup running back. I think Marcus Donnelly, I believe, or no, it might have been a backup fullback even. I'm not entirely sure, but because Marcus Donnelly is 28, not 26. But either way, we're going to go back to the same plan here. And oh my goodness, did you see that? He just got absolutely flattened. Look at this. Goes for the dive and just gets absolutely flattened. Middle Tennessee State knows how to hit here, I guess. I mean, I guess they just strictly do like hitting drills on defense or something. I have no idea. But we're going to continue to try and run with tempo, even though we have a full minute. But we're down to just 1 timeout left, so we have to be smart about how we run this goal line drive here. And again, we're going to go with the same exact play call, and it is not going to work. So I don't know if Lynch, I'm not sure what the game plan is. But now cut to a 3rd down, and we're still going to try and run with some tempo here to try and get into the end zone. So on 3rd and goal, what is the game plan now? And once again, we're going to run the same exact play, and it's going to go absolutely nowhere. So we kept hitting the same exact spot with the same player 3 times, and wouldn't you know, it didn't work. So we're going to bleed the clock down to 4 seconds before we use that final timeout and bring out Norman Mays to cap off that drive, which he does. So 24-7 is now the score here after the first half of play, and we finally matched our most amount of points against the Blue Raiders team. It's the most points we've ever scored. So if we score at least another field goal, then we will have broken a Lynch record. So that's what we're shooting for here, and Chester is doing very good on that promise here by getting the ball to our best receivers in open space, and it's Nicholas Bullard once again just creating more chaos after the catch here, and that's what we love to see. So cut to a 3rd and 4 now inside the red zone. Chester here trying to keep this drive alive, floats this one out to the other side of the field, and I believe it's still Nicholas Bullard even on that side of the field who was able to get another Vandal touchdown. We might get a better look and see at this play here, which was just a simple play here. Just a simple snap, step back here, and Nicholas Bullard, once again, doesn't matter what side of the field, he's doing it. So we do break our points record against Middle Tennessee State with Lynch here and go up 31-7 over the Blue Raiders through 3 quarters of play. So here in the 4th quarter now, Swan going to go with a pitch now to the running back who's going to try and go for a pass, and he lights this one up here and finds a defender, finds a member of our defense, and I believe that's Zach Weiss, or actually it's Jeff Williams. Yeah, I think it's Jeff Williams who hauls down that interception, and that was, we haven't seen too much of Middle Tennessee State's running back, Ryan Barr. He is a Sun Belt All-American, I believe, 2nd team. But he goes absolutely nowhere. So cut to a 4th and 1 as Middle Tennessee State's getting down to the last opportunity. They're going to try and keep it. Dominic Swan's going to try and keep it himself, and he goes absolutely nowhere. So it's going to be a turnover on downs now late in the 4th quarter, and Ross Chester's going to drop back here, float this one out to Nicholas Bullard once again. It's a foot race to the end zone. No one's going to catch up to him, even though he had a few suitors within a yard or so of him, but no one wanted to just dive and try and make the touchdown saving tackle. So that's going to be another touchdown, not just for Nicholas Bullard, but for Ross Chester, who has absolutely stepped up to the plate. So, like I said earlier in the video, I wasn't worried about having Chester at quarterback. I just didn't plan on using him at quarterback, and he has absolutely stepped up to the plate here and really shown us exactly what he can do and what we can expect for the future of the quarterback position here in Idaho. So, we'll cut to a 3rd and 7 now, and Chester's going to hand this one off to Keith Bridges, or actually I think it's now Marcus Donnelly, the backup running back. I think we now have backups in, but because Ross Chester is our backup quarterback, he still has to stay in and play. So on a 4th and 8, Lynch, not confident, I guess, in Mays' leg. He's going to keep the offense on the field, and Chester's going to get sacked from behind. And he's going to injure his shoulder on the play. So it's our 2nd quarterback down. We've lost 2 quarterbacks in one game. I don't even know who's next up. Who's next man up? I think it's another freshman, but I don't even have him on the roster sheet. I never even anticipated having to use another quarterback, but the game is going to end anyway here at 38-7. Nothing else is going to happen in the game. So we're just going to fast forward out of here and just get out of here while everyone is still in one piece. We can't afford to lose another player on the team here, as this game has turned into a clinic at the quarterback position for the Vandals. We travel all the way, and I guess maybe Matt Norwood and Ross Chester just didn't train enough. Maybe the travel made them a little bit weaker, a little bit wearied on the road, but it's a dangerous situation to be in. We're now down 2 quarterbacks, one at least for 4 weeks, but I don't believe Ross Chester's injury is too severe. But we're going to look at the stat breakdown here. Absolutely manhandled the Blue Raiders here. Absolute defensive showout. I mean, our boys completely showed up on defense, and we have never held this team to less than 30 points in the Lynch era. I mean, and not only have we never held them less than 30 points, they've scored more than 50 points twice out of our 4 matchups. So a complete turnaround of this program in year number 5 with Lynch at the helm. But now looking at things, so it says he will return, so it looks like he probably was healthy enough to get back into the game here, but there was just really no need. So in his first game, I guess really not as a starter, because he didn't really start for us, but Matt Norwood didn't attempt to pass, I don't believe, when he was healthy in the game. So Ross Chester is the only listed quarterback who threw a pass. We didn't even get the 3rd string quarterback to throw a pass, and he did pretty well. Keith Bridges was well over 100 yards on the ground. Absolutely beautiful here. And there we see Matt Norwood injured for 4 weeks. Just brutal, man. It's really tough. And Lambert, I think, was 26, our backup running back who got involved. Nicholas Bullard absolutely holding down the receiving corps. 4 touchdowns, 179 yards. I mean, dude, those are national numbers. He might get national recognition when the year is all said and done. An amazing lucky story for us from transferring, man. We've really bailed out here from the transfer situation. So coming out of that game here, we pick up 2 more wins against bad Sunbelt teams. We managed to beat Troy State here and have an absolute shootout with Arkansas State. The Indians, we managed to beat them, and that's going to take us into our final Sunbelt game of the year against North Texas, who is a 1-loss team as well. So we have scrubbed out a 9-1 year somehow. North Texas is 8-1, and this game's going to be for the Sunbelt, ladies and germs. So hope to see you guys back here when we're on the road against North Texas playing for the Sunbelt.